Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Aisha at Fashion with Aisha, and I'm here with another video. As you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about all things confidence and self-esteem. I'm going to give my tips for you to explore on how to boost your self-confidence and self-esteem, and a little tidbit on how people may react to you when you have confidence and a high self-esteem in your energy. All right, stay tuned for the next clip. Starting with my photo finish. Let's start off, get your pen and paper, and let's start with the ways that I boosted my confidence over the years. And you may want to try some of these techniques and activities to see which ones work for you, and maybe something that you felt a little nervous, and maybe that's something that you might want to pursue and get better at doing. So the first thing that I wrote down is I pushed myself to speak publicly at church, sporting events. And if you don't go to any activities where you have the chance to speak publicly, you can sign up for a public speaking class at a community college. You can also sign up to be on a board for like a local community activity board. You can also go to your county's different halls where they allow residents to come in and speak and share their concerns. You could do something like that. And debate classes, if you're still in school, you can sign up for debate. Student council is a great one because you have to do a lot of presentations in front of the student body. And then that one helped me out a lot. It helped me to be mindful of vocal fillers such as like, and what else? Different vocal fillers that help me to keep track of that. And that's why sometimes you'll see under my videos, under the description, I may say, not sure why I use so many vocal fillers, because I know not to do that, but I've noticed it happens when I'm distracted. And the key is just to stay quiet. If you don't have anything to say, just remain quiet. And it's better to have quietness than filling it with vocal fillers that don't mean anything. The second thing that I've been doing is I always ask for whatever I want. For example, maybe someone says, I'm going to the grocery store, would you like anything? Instead of saying no, if I need something, I'm gonna ask, yes, could you get me mangoes, pineapple, and kiwi? Or if a dating example, if someone says, do you need help with anything? Yeah, could you pay my utilities bill, or my drawer in my closet is broken, could you fix that for me, please? If someone offers to help, or if I ask if I want something and I need something, I'm gonna go ahead and ask it. That reminds me of a story in high school. I was on the softball team, and one of my teammates, she wanted us to get something out of a maintenance custodian closet, but she was too afraid to ask. So she asked me because she knew I was confident. She could tell by my demeanor. And then other examples, such as sometimes if the players wanted to do something and everyone was too afraid to ask the coach, they would always have me to ask the coach. But I went and asked the maintenance for whatever it was. I don't even remember, maybe like cones or something random in the gym. And she couldn't even ask a stranger for help. But if you don't have confidence, you will really miss out on a lot of things because you'll be too afraid to ask. And it's not even a big deal just to ask for something, especially if it's something that's technically yours. Just ask for it. The third thing is, this is one of my smoothies I make every day. Today I did carrots, pineapple, celery, turmeric, and kiwi. It's really good too. Third thing I do is I set boundaries, and I do my best to follow through with them. So a big one is that is hard for other people but easy for me is, say if I'm dating someone or in a relationship, I ask them to use condoms, and so many guys just have such a huge issue with that. But we set that boundary, like, oh, I only have sex with condoms. Then we have to implement that, or they're going to just keep walking over us and keep breaking each boundary that we set. So you have to set boundaries, and you have to actually uphold them. You can't follow through with them, and if you do, just don't do it again. You don't keep doing it, just stop. Or maybe you need to date someone else that actually respects your boundaries, but don't keep allowing that boundary to be broken, because it is kind of hurting your confidence, because you're not following through with your word and what you want to do. You're allowing someone, or you are breaking your own boundary. The fourth thing that I do is I only date men of a certain status, power, and wealth. A lot of people don't agree with this because they don't think it matters, but to me it does, because it comes with a lot of less risk that I've noticed. For example, if I was to end up pregnant on accident, I don't have to worry about how I'm gonna take care of the baby financially, if they're gonna have good insurance, if they're gonna live in a nice house, if they're gonna be able to go to a decent school, they're going to be able to go to activities, and we're going to be able to go on vacation. Like, I know everything will be okay because the man that I'm with is not struggling financially. And he has a certain status and power, so he can give us connections that another man wouldn't be able to give us because of his name, his title, and his let's say, his reputation in the city. That matters, and it's really attractive to date a guy who does have power and status, because you see how just simple things like going out to events or restaurants, when the restaurant owners know them, they hook them up with like champagne, they bring out things that are not on the menu. It's a whole ordeal, and I enjoy it. The sixth thing that I do to keep my confidence and self-esteem up is I try not to react overly emotional to situations that I have no control over. And even situations that I do have control over, if it already happened, it happened. I'm not gonna freak out and ruin my whole day because of it. For example, in my ghosting video, I talked about how upset I was about being ghosted, but now it's not a big deal. It's just weeding them out. They don't want to do something that I want them to do, or they're treating me a way that I don't enjoy and that I don't feel respected by, or they are moved on, or maybe I was too nice or too friendly. I won't make that mistake again. I'm not going to get overly emotional about it. I'm just going to move on and keep going about my life, because things happen, like whoop-de-doo. That I've been like for most of my life, but there's times where it does get to me, which is normal, but I'm just getting smarter in learning, catching the signs, and getting better at adjusting to how other people's actions are, and just adjusting to what they do, because I can't control it. All I can do is react to however, or to whatever they do. The seventh thing that I do is I always look my best when I go out in public. There was times where I would do the sweatpants, sweatshirt, or have my hair looking like who did it, what for, and why. But nowadays I only go out looking my best, especially because I'm single. You never know when you're going to run into that certain someone, and if you look a hot mess, that's not going to be attractive. They still may make an advance towards you, but it's not a great first impression. And then maybe, what if someone wants to offer you a movie deal, or be in their music video, a model, anything? There's so many opportunities that people base off your looks, and if you don't look your best, you could have just missed out on a grand slam opportunity. Maybe someone wants you to be a co-anchor for their new show or podcast, and they are filming and they want you to look good on production, and you don't today. So they're like, oh, dang, had a great combo with you, but you look crusty. What if this is how you always look? You don't respect yourself to dress nice in public. So always look your best when you go out, because you never know what's going to happen. The next thing that I do is I like to wear cute lingerie and sets, either going out during the day. You can always have like your own secret underneath what you're wearing. It makes me feel happier, lighter, upbeat, more soft, sweet, sexy, and feminine when I'm wearing a matching panty and bra, even the ones with the lace or the mesh. There's so many different kinds out there. You can go see which ones you like the best, but that's definitely adds a boost of confidence. And then I also like wearing cute pajama sets to bed. I try to stay away from ugly pajamas. But another thing is, you don't like pajama sets, you can do the cute dresses, just like a gown. There's so many cute pajama gowns you can wear instead if you don't care to wear pants or shorts and a shirt. Just get the gown instead. And then going along with that is I try to get dressed every day. I try not to stay in pajamas all day. Get myself up, start feeling better, and even if I don't have things to do that day, at least I'm dressed and ready and for whatever happens. Let's put some concealer on my eyelids, just a little bit. Bruce is gonna get some water. Another activity that I do every day is daily affirmations. So I either do this when I'm walking Bruce, when I'm up in the morning showering, or getting dressed or getting ready, doing my makeup or washing my face. I say things like, I am intelligent, I am financially free, I am debt free, I am successful, I am innovative, I am creative, I created such and such. You can get more specific with your affirmations as well. I live here. This is the car that I drive. I am with such and such. Those are great examples for affirmations you can do every day. And there's also a lot of them online that you can find on YouTube if you need help starting. And then with my affirmations, you know that I journal. You could do something as simple, if you're just starting off on your journaling, you could do something as simple as short to-do list each day. So as you get things done, you just mark it off of your to-do list, and that helps boost your confidence because you're getting things done, you're being on task, you're being productive, and that produces a rush in your body, and it helps you to feel more confident and successful. And it could be something as simple as make my bed up, clean my counter off, take the trash out. But just make sure you cross off each thing you did, because it creates some type of mental stimulation that you're doing something. It may not seem like a big deal, but it really is a big deal in your brain. It shows that you're on task. And then there's other journalings you can do. If you want to know, just check out the Power of Journaling video, and that can help you get started with your journaling. The next thing that I recommend everyone to do if they want to boost their confidence, self-esteem, or just keep up their confidence and self-esteem at a high level is investing in your appearance. So that can be working out at home, at the gym, taking on some fitness classes, signing up for a new activity that influences you to move your body more. You can also get a nutritionist, change your diet, speak with a doctor about how you can make your physical appearance look better. But then also you want to eat healthier too, because that, as we know, plays a huge role in how our physical appearance looks. The things that I do is I try to work out at least 4 days a week. I walk quite often thanks to Bruce. And then I eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Every morning I'll have a fruit or vegetable smoothie or a combination of them both. I try to limit my red meat. And the other things that I do is I get laser hair removal. That's one of the more expensive ones, but it's so worth it because it helped me to reduce my ingrown hairs, my hyperpigmentation. I haven't had any boils or hidradenitis suppurativa or folliculosis in years because I've started it. I believe that's why. And I have no more dark spots under my arms. So it's been worth it for me. But before that, I was doing waxing. So waxing is another great idea. And then you've got like dermaplaning, facials, exfoliating, things like that. I would like to find myself a esthetician so I can start getting those things done. Your nails, you can do your own nails. I've got some videos on how to do your own nails. You could get the gel sets, the gel X, but I've heard a lot of people have been getting reactions for getting it on their skin. So if you don't have steady hands, I would not suggest you doing it yourself. Just go get it done. It's worth it because it lasts 2 to 3 weeks if you get gel. And a lot of people don't realize dip powder is unsanitary because everyone is dipping their finger in that same dip powder. So I would just get the gel or Gel X or the bonding gel. I would stay clear from dip powder. Massages, that's one of my all-time favorite self-care things is getting a massage once a month. And now I switched to hot stone. I used to do deep tissue, so hot stone is a combination of deep tissue and hot stone. So they rub the stones and then they do the deep tissue because supposedly the hot stones is going to break up the knots and kind of put your body at ease so that the masseuse can work and break down whatever you've got going easier, and it does feel nice too. I do enjoy the way that the hot stones rubbing against my body feels. I'm definitely gonna, and I do the 90-minute because 60 minutes just doesn't seem like enough. The 90-minute full body is perfect, just enough time. Again, clothing. You got to make sure you are getting clothes that fit your body type well. And another tip is go ahead and spend the extra money and get them tailored, because no matter how well you fit in it, it may have little ridges or inseams, or the waistline may not fit properly. And if you can just get it tailored, then you make sure you got it fitted just right and it'll look the best that it can possibly look on your body. I haven't done that yet, but that's gonna be on my to-do list when I get some more money in. I'm gonna start getting my pieces tailored. Accepting help, that goes into what I was talking about earlier about asking. If someone offers the help, accept it. I remember I used to, when I would go get Bruce's dog food, and those dog foods are like 50 pounds, 35 pounds. Sometimes the sales associate would say, "Would you like some help?" And I would say no. Well, what was I thinking? Why wouldn't I accept the help of a man putting a 30 to 50 pound dog food in my car? So now every time they ask, I say, yes, I do need some help. Please, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing this, because what? I'm not trying to put that big old bag in the car. Or again, if a guy I'm dating asks me for if I need anything, I'm gonna say, yeah, I need this, this, and this. Like, can you pay my tuition off this semester? Cause girl, these grad school classes are not playing around. Okay. Put a little lighter bit on the lid. Put some in the inner corner, a little lighter here. The little shimmer. Add a little flavor. That looks so pretty. The other thing that I do is I go out by myself a lot. I've been doing that since I was 16 and got my license, because if I want to go do something, I'm going to go do it, and I'm not nervous or afraid. This is something that a lot of girls can start doing if they are working on their confidence and self-esteem, is start experiencing that feeling of going out and doing things by yourself, because you have to speak to people. You have to sit by yourself. You have to do whatever activity it is by yourself, or it forces you to introduce yourself and start networking and chit-chatting and communicating with people you normally wouldn't, which is like practice for helping you boost your confidence and self-esteem. So examples of places that I go by myself is I'll go out to dinner, brunch, lunch, just any restaurant in general. Go out to drinks. You could go to happy hours by yourself, grab some things small to eat, and just enjoy yourself without your phone being out. Shopping, I love going shopping by myself. That one I see a lot of girls are pretty comfortable doing. Walking around town, if you live in a big city, just go downtown and just start walking around. Events, I've been to events by myself, and that again forces me to talk to people and sit by people I would normally sit by, and just start conversing with them, and you may make some connections that way. Parties and clubs. The clubs I don't suggest really going out to by yourself, even though I have done it and I'm still here and safe, but it can be dangerous doing that. At least if you do, maybe, because you can't bring pepper spray, they make you throw it away. So maybe have a ride to the club and then a ride home already, not using an Uber or a Lyft or a ride share service. Just have a friend come and pick you up. That would probably be the smartest thing to do if you are going to go by yourself, so you don't have to worry about anything. And then keep an eye on your drink, or maybe just not drink at all that night if you're going by yourself. The next thing is, this one is not something I'm suggesting you to do, but it has helped me with my self-confidence and self-esteem, is working at a strip club and working at Hooters. So those jobs, you have to show your body, you have to be revealing, wear the cute bra tops, crop tops, bralettes, panties, booty shorts, one-piece sets, all kinds of different outfits. So you have to get confident in your body, and if you don't, you just pretend like you are, which again helps your confidence because you're forcing your brain to think something that it may not be thinking. Seeing all these different women's bodies too, that helps, because it helps you to stop comparing yourself to others when you have to be in the room with women who, like by the books, may be more beautiful than you. Not saying that I think anyone's more beautiful than me, but some people have certain features that other people favor more, etc., etc. So being in the room with a lot of beautiful women helped me boost my confidence, because it made me comfortable in my skin and to accept my flaws and the things that I like about myself. And then also being around other people, like strangers and men, seeing me in that situation. You have to deal with rude women, people talking about you, guests being rude and guests talking about you, like your looks and all that. It seems twisted and backwards. Like, wouldn't people talking about your looks hurt your confidence and self-esteem? No, because it boosted up, meaning nothing that anyone can say will ever bother you again, because these are the worst things you've ever heard about yourself ever. So nothing else can hurt you. Nothing else can get under your skin ever again, because hello, you worked in bottle service, you worked as a hostess somewhere, or you had to wear skimpy outfits to work. So what can anyone else say in the day-to-day world after you've done this? There's nothing. You will never be affected by anybody's comments ever again. It's like twisted but true. Learning another language and speaking it when you can. So I know Spanish, and when I have customers or clients or people that I'm in public with, and they are basically hinting at they don't speak English, but they speak Spanish. I ask them, I tell them I speak Spanish. Would you like for me to speak Spanish with you? And I've never had anyone say no, because they rather be able to understand whatever environment they're in, and if I can explain it to them because I'm working, then why not? So I take advantage of that as well, and that helps boost your confidence because it's forcing you to kind of be in an unknown space, and you having to force yourself to adapt to the environment, especially if you go to another country and force yourself to speak their language. That really boosts your self-esteem because you're like a fish out of water, and you have to learn that language and speak with people, or else you're not going to be able to do anything while you're there. That's an extreme way to boost your self-esteem and confidence, but again, it's helped me. Traveling alone. That's the next thing I was going to say, and when it ties right into speaking another language. Traveling alone, whether it's an international trip or a domestic trip, if you travel alone, that's going to boost your confidence as well, because you're having to go throughout the airport by yourself, handle the flight, get to where you're going, your destination, your travel, your transportation, and go to all the activities, events, restaurants, and explore it on your own. That's going to boost your confidence as well. It just really does. I don't know why, but it makes you learn about yourself, makes you feel safe and sure, and you have to make all the decisions on your own. So you can learn as you go, and it really works. Setting boundaries with your friends is another big one. A lot of us, like me especially, because I've had some friends who had to deal with a lot of abuse from their parents. So you give them more slack, of course, because you know they did not get raised in a way where they were shown how to properly love someone. So you're going to give them a lot of grace. But at some point, they have to really take the time and figure out what's going on and get the help they need and learn the skills to be a better friend. You got to set boundaries with your friends. If you don't want them saying something, you don't want them discussing certain things with other people, bringing up your issues in front of randoms, or maybe they're not supporting you in your life, you only support them in theirs, you have to make that known. And if they don't want to adjust or kind of help you out how you always helping them, or whatever the situation is, you need to address that, or maybe have to wean your time away from them or just cut them off automatically, because that's messed up. They should be supporting you and coming through for you as you are for them. A lot of relationships are one-sided, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Finding your intrinsic motivation. So a lot of people only see the value in something if they're getting something out of it. So you got to learn how to succeed and to get things done without seeing an actual tangible benefit or reward for doing something good. You just got to do it because you know it's going to help you in the long run, or it's going to benefit you, or it's something that you enjoy doing, you love it, it brings you joy and happiness. So you have to find something in you that's going to help you get your task and reward yourself. And for me, that helps me living in the moment and enjoying the present. Like, I'm alive, I'm healthy, my brain works properly, I'm not in a coma, I have friends and loved ones, I can breathe, I can smell. If you think about things in that way, you can find a lot more intrinsic motivation in just your mundane day-to-day task. Being able to accept compliments and rejections like nothing. I've had this one guy I was dating when I was a freshman, he would tell me all the time, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. Like, that was the only thing he would ever say is, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. And I told him, can you stop telling me I'm so beautiful? I know I'm beautiful. I know that. Is there anything else you can say? Or can you don't have to compliment me all the time, especially if you're going to say the same phrase over and over again. It doesn't bring me any joy when you tell me I'm beautiful, because I already know I'm beautiful. And my beauty is only going to add so much value. Thankfully, I'm a woman, so being beautiful helps. It definitely has allowed me a lot of opportunities. But what else can you say? And that goes along with rejections and people saying things that they don't like about you. Who cares? It doesn't affect me at all. And a way that you can start to get comfortable with that is you can take that brave step in posting on social media. You'll get all kinds of comments from people. Whatever genre and niche you post about, you're gonna get all sorts of stuff, okay? So if you want to learn how to have thick skin, start posting on social media. Because remember, people feel like they can say anything to you because they don't actually see your face. They're just typing on a screen. And it's only losers, because only losers do that, especially this day and age. No one's opinion should affect your reality. And I learned that early in life. Another thing a lot of us women have to stop doing is stop saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. For example, if someone is in your side of the aisle and they walk past, and you just first thing you say is when they walk past you and they're kind of trying to figure out which way they should go, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? They're just trying to get past you. You don't have to say I'm sorry or anything. You could say excuse me if you want. You don't have to say I'm sorry. My dad would always say, oh, you're a sorry person, you're sorry. So I never say I'm sorry. I say I apologize, excuse me. You can say, I apologize for X, Y, and Z if you did do something to hurt someone. You could say, I acknowledge that I have done X, Y, and Z. Or you could say, excuse me for X, Y, and Z. Some of you all say, I'm sorry redundantly. You don't need to say it that much. If you didn't do anything, why are you apologizing? What are you saying sorry for? You're just saying it. I see it all the time. I'll be out in public and let's say a lady drops her purse and a guy picks it up. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. What are you saying? You're sorry for dropping your purse. Since when was it a problem to drop your purse? I thought that was a normal human thing to drop your purse. What are you apologizing for? That makes you look like you have low self-esteem and confidence because you're acting like you're in the way. You're acting like your presence is an annoyance. You don't belong when you keep apologizing for things that you don't need to apologize for. So cut that out. The next one is enjoying your current phase in life. Whatever journey, chapter you're in, you have to enjoy it. You can't keep thinking, oh, this is terrible. I got to get here. I got to do this. I don't like this part of my life right now. You just have to enjoy it and make the best of what you can in this situation. And once you get to that next journey, then you can look back and say, hey, I was at this spot in my life last year, or I was dealing with this person, or I had this job and now look where I am. But along the journey, you enjoyed each day, or you tried to find something positive in your life each day so that you don't hurt your confidence and self-esteem, thinking that you're too good for this, or this is below you, beneath you, or even like you don't deserve something. Just change whatever you can change and accept what you can't change, and take piece of what you have now and work towards the next goal, but still enjoy the chapter you're currently in. My eyelashes are drying. I've already said this, but again, part of your self-confidence is taking care of your health. So make sure you're doing whatever that it means to you to take care of your health and your body. I won't get too much into that because I'm not a professional in health. Stop comparing yourself to others. I've touched on that, but didn't outright say it. We all have our own flaws. We all have our strengths. We all have different abilities. You don't need to compare yourself to other people, especially people online, when a lot of people are using filters and adjusting their body figure for their pictures. You're comparing yourself to a ghost or to an AI person, which is artificial intelligence. So you're comparing yourself to something that's not even real. You're stressing yourself out trying to compete with a fictional being. It's no point in doing that. And then find your ideal hair makeup. There's colors that look better on you than others do, especially hair colors and eye makeup colors, foundation, etc. So you got to take that time to find what hairstyle, hair color, makeup, outfit, design looks best on you, and just work with that. That is a huge tip. And it's called color theory. There's tests you can take online to find out, and then you could go online and find out what your eye shape is and what your body shape is, so you can know what things complement your body type the best. And to finish off is, I don't stalk people online. I know a lot of girls do that when they're dating someone. Again, like I said, you can't control the actions of others. So what's the point of you stalking someone online? That's OD, meaning like overdone. That's overkill. You don't need to stalk someone online. If it's that serious, you just need to get with another person or be single. Because what are you doing stalking someone's interaction online, making fake profiles, messaging people, DMing other girls like, hey, do you know him? What are you doing with him? Or logging into their profiles and commenting or messaging people back. Like, ladies, if you've ever felt you needed to do that, it's time to wrap it up and it's time to move on, because you've already lost. You don't have any power in that relationship. It's gone. You've given him all the power. So you got to just move on at that point, because you can't get it back unless you do something real drastic and you really change your whole way. But it's just easier to get somebody new at that point. I've already said this, but just to reiterate it, I don't allow people to control my emotions. I don't attempt to control other people's emotions. I just adjust to whatever that they do. And then I follow my intuition and my gut. So you have to believe yourself. If your body and your mind and your stomach is telling you something, you have to believe it. That's a part of having self-confidence, because if you had low confidence, you're not going to follow what your mind says, and then you're going to regret it because something went wrong and you were thinking, oh my God, I knew this, I shouldn't have done it. If you would have just trusted yourself, you wouldn't have even had that issue in the first place. So just trust what your heart and your mind is telling you and go from there. And then some ways that you'll know that you have self-confidence and high self-esteem is the way that people will react towards you. For example, I just started this new job, and I'm only working, this is only my second week. There's girls I've physically caught them, I witnessed them gossiping and talking about me. I did like a little test. We were in the back room, and I just walked out of the back room quickly, to pretend I was doing something. I walked right back and I heard them talking about me. And one of them laughed and like smiled because she was uncomfortable. Like, gotcha, yeah, I knew you were talking about me. I'm not stupid. And then I've heard them talking about me already. And I look nice. I go to work with a full B, a cute outfit. I even wear heels, and it's retail, so I'm standing. They can't believe it. They stare at me up and down when I walk in like, oh my God, this is what she's wearing today? Yeah, it's what I'm wearing today. Hello, I'm only here to meet a suitor and to get out the house and meet people because I'm new to the area. I don't really care about this job. Hello, are you kidding me? And people can tell. Some comments I've got from once, I remember this girl talking about that my best friend like betrayed me and kind of dissed me. That video, there was a girl who was in my study abroad group in Ecuador, and after just 1 week of classes, she's gonna say to me, you act like you too good for us and too good to be around us. What? When did I ever give that impression off? I've been saying hello. I've been greeting everyone. I've been very cordial and kind. How could I give off that? But that was her own insecurities jumping out. And the only way she can tell me that she feels inferior and has a complex around me is by telling me that I think I'm too good and I act like I'm too good to be around them. But I never said that. I never acted that way. That's what she got. So you'll get people saying weird things like that. Oh, I thought you would be bougie. A guy I dated said something like that to me. No, you thought that I would bougie. It has nothing to do with me. That was all on you. But it's the way that I carried myself. Shoulders back, walking in, heels on, nails done, eyelashes on, makeup on point, hair did. Confidence in my voice. That people can see. It's a whole aura, energy, and vibe. And a lot of people will not know how to react, and the only things that some of them can do is talk about you, talk badly about you, spread false rumors, because that's the only thing they can see to shed or to hurt you is by making up false things or talking about you, because they know you're confident. So there's nothing they can say to you that's going to hurt you. So they just try to do things behind your back to hurt you. It's childish. It's petty. Yes. And sometimes it could be dangerous. That's why I say if you're in a dangerous situation, you need to just exit. So that's why I'm putting my week notice in. Today is Sunday. My last day will be Saturday, and I'll find me another part-time job while I take my master's class. Are you kidding me? I'm only doing this because I don't want a stressful job while I'm trying to study, because at the end of the day, the job that I'll get after my degree will pay me 10 times fold than any part-time job would. So whatever. But yeah, you'll get all kinds of weird things happening. You'll see your energy and aura conflicting with other people because you're confident they're not. You'll have people that want to mimic you and copy you, and it's not a good thing. It's a jealousy, envy, insecurity thing. They're trying to mimic who you are, kind of like in the TV show Euphoria. You've got the blonde girl and the girl with the dark hair. The blonde girl copies the girl with the dark hair because she just wants to be her. She wants to live her life, and she's got low self-esteem. She doesn't know who she is. The blonde girl doesn't know anything about herself. But the girl with the dark hair, she's confident. She's got high self-esteem. She knows who she is. So the blonde girl is going to attach herself to her so she can mimic and learn and try to realize, how is this girl got this self-confidence and self-esteem? I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm going to cling onto her and study her to become her. So be aware of friends that do that too. It's sometimes hard to notice at first, but then you'll start seeing signs and you got to cut them off quick, because those are like the crazy people who you see on TV shows where their friends murder them and steal their family, that they try and kidnap their man or their kid. It's because they're obsessed with them and they want to be them because they don't have any identity of their own. That's a little tangent, but this is the full look. I'm going to do my hair again. I have the two cute little come downs here, this, and then again, I don't have my eyebrow gel, so I'm going to use hairspray and pucker those up, and then I'll be right back so you all can see how I'm going to look when I leave the house. Here's the final look, loves. I'm going to, once these are set now, so I can finger pick them out. I'm not going to finger comb, I'm just going to pick it so they can still be bouncy and big and fluffy. Oh my god, I put the little pieces up. I didn't even realize. Dang, I meant to leave those down. That's okay. It still looks cute this way. I had the little 2 pieces. That's okay. This is the final look. Full face everyday beat with some pink eyeshadow, lashes, and that's my tips to boosting your self-confidence and self-esteem and how other people may react to your confidence and self-esteem and your whole aura. Stay tuned for the next video and I'll see you guys later.